Listen. We've all been making this joke for years that cable packages died for streaming to live long enough to become the villain and offer up their own packages. Seems like there's more streaming sites now than there were bonus channels you can get back in the day, and every week there's a new one that I could be charged $9.99 daily for the entire month and still not have enough for HBO Now. Max, go decide which one it is, Warner Bros. It's an insane amount. And the fact that even Walmart is joining the streaming wars means we better get some rollback prices real quick. Let me explain. Now, I remember a time when you would flip through the channels for hours, feeling like there was never anything good to watch in the 100 plus channels that you had. And now we have like 47 new things coming out each week. And it still kind of feels the same way. In reality, I feel that it just gets so overwhelming that a lot of people go back to what's familiar to them instead of trying to keep up with everything new and everything that may or may not be a hit. And considering that they're all teasing exclusives on these streaming sites, it's already been deemed the streaming wars. Each one's going to be coming after your wallet. Look at Vudu, which is owned by Walmart, who started rolling out its lineup. I'm sure most know it as the video on demand service that lets you buy 4Ks early, but when I heard they were going to be streaming their own content, I thought, hi, is this going to be like those Redbox originals? Maybe, but they also got actual stars and properties under them. That's when you notice that the bait is seeing one of these services as only being $9.99 until you realize that that's like paying $9.99 per channel, and each channel is promising something different that you can't get anywhere else. Let me run them down. The obvious one to begin with is Netflix, that it has a stacked library. The Spotify of streaming video that got away with murder. Remember when film festivals didn't want to take Netflix seriously, and now they're the ones streaming the new Martin Scorsese film, which theater chains won't even be playing? It's available to watch on the couch whenever. They've got one of the best movies of 2019. They've dropped $16 billion on original content and have already created a moneymaker with nostalgia. They're trying to build their own South Park with their spin-offs. And let's be honest, it's the granddaddy of them all. I don't see how you don't have this, just off of the filmmakers that they're funding alone. Then there's Amazon Prime, that has its own incredible lineup of Emmy Award-winning content. Their original movies already have been hits at festivals and at box offices. Hell, it's the only streaming service that allows you 2-day shipping. Then there's the super premium channels like HBO, Starz, and Showtime, with HBO turning into HBO Max next year, and they're putting out a Gossip Girl sequel and a Dune prequel series to go along with the movie, not to mention all of the DC stuff now that they've hit their creative spark, and they're snatching Friends from Netflix with a new special in the works. Like, having Friends is one thing, but the special also? There's then these premium channels, Disney Plus, which obviously has Star Wars, all 30 seasons of The Simpsons, all the Disney classics, Pixar, National Geographic. I don't even know if this one's even an option or if Disney's already got the option out on you. They then also own Hulu, which is where all of the FX stuff is going, and all of their rated R content that Disney doesn't want on Disney Plus. There's also ESPN or any of the other sport apps out there. Maybe you have a different niche like dance or Broadway or WWE. Maybe you're such a movie fan that you want the Criterion channel. Or Mubi, Filmstruck, Fandor, Music Box Direct. You go to film festivals, each one has their own paid subscription service that may be the only place you can watch some of the independent films that they hosted. There's also apps for horror fans, those who love body pillows, those who love grittiness and nothing else. A Pureflix of streaming titles for those who worship the father of Abraham, Isaac, and Kanye. BET Plus with a whopping 2 seasons of Martin. YouTube, which has their own premium service with movies, docs, and shows that have premiered at festivals. Quibi, oh man, this is a short-form streaming site designed for smartphones on the go, coming from Jeffrey Katzenberger, who, just was the chairman of Disney during this period, founded DreamWorks with Spielberg, and this thing isn't even out yet, and it's already raised over $1 billion, and it specifically wants everything to be 10 minutes or less, with the backing coming from all of the companies that I just mentioned have their own streaming platforms. It's got a horror series by Spielberg called After Dark that can only be viewed at night. After Dark. They got a Justin Timberlake series, and they're already killing Zac Efron. And it's insane to think that, again, some of these haven't even gone public yet. If you're a reality TV fan, there's this. If you need some stress relief, there's this. Apple TV. They were supposed to spend $1 billion on content, but then accidentally dropped $6 billion since they wanted the big names. And anyone who has an iPhone, yeah, promo for their projects is going to be inescapable. NBC Universal is set to make Peacock, which, remember, we're almost at the end. Every big cable or phone company, they got a network too. But with NBC Universal combining their shows and movies, and considering they have a theme park, having the rights to The Office and any possible spin-offs or specials like we're seeing with Friends, man, is that going to be killer. And then there's still all of the cable service plans, with each channel also being available for $5.99 on their own. I know that most are just going to recommend alternative streaming sites after hearing all of this, but think about when music hit streaming, right? Eventually it had to settle. Walmart's already thinking of collapsing their services, leading to the question of how many of these will still be around in 5 years. Will they just dissolve into something else? There's also the big push for SVOD or AVOD. Ad-based video on demand. Maybe you've seen any of these apps pop up, or maybe you've noticed the new TVs or Vudu or even YouTube that allow full movies to be streamed legally. You just get a bunch of ads.
That's a lot of damage.
To me, it's kind of like the new basic cable, but for the kids of the internet age. For anyone who doesn't have access to any of the paid streaming sites, at least they'll have Next still streaming on a free internet channel.
He's supposed to be jumping, not walking. Next!
That said, when it comes to all of these other apps, which I wouldn't necessarily call free because I'm pretty sure you're paying for them in other ways, you notice that there's a whole other amount of content being produced. From Snapchat and its short series that they're already creating, cut up to be even shorter because of their stories. Instagram TV, which has been a thing. Facebook Watch, which has loads and loads of celebrities and everyday people hosting their own series and content. TikTok has become the new Vine. I feel the people around me watch more live streams on Twitch than live TV. And then obviously there's YouTube, where you're listening to Lil Ol' Me. And this is officially the most streamed service of them all. So there's a quote I heard a couple years back from a producer that said that sure, there's the intimacy of the home experience, but there's also the social experience of the theater. I don't think one will ever outdo the other or get rid of the other one, but things are definitely going to be changing faster than us going from VHS to 4Ks. I'm hoping that it becomes less about how many outlets there are to keep up with as a consumer, but that as a creator, you get presented with more outlets and even more opportunities to be able to tell your story. So while I can't say what the best services are for you, I can bite the bullet and stream every single one of these sites. Watch everything each one has to offer, create a YouTube series explaining my thoughts on this overabundance of content to hopefully help you manage during this era of the streaming war. Cause hey, someone's gotta do it. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'm curious to know your thoughts down below in the comment section. I'm curious what your favorites are. Mine right off the bat have to go like this. It goes HBO, just off of the best content that they have. Netflix, because of the filmmakers that they're funding, and they have some of my favorites of this year. Third would go Hulu. It goes Hulu, then Amazon Prime, mainly because Hulu has Broad City and Gumball. The stuff that's not their originals, the stuff that they're just hosting, I think is incredible, as opposed to Amazon Prime, where they do have the better originals, but it doesn't compare to the stuff that Hulu has there. And then my fifth one, going HBO, Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, would be Criterion. This one's probably open to whatever the niche is for everyone, but for me it has to be Criterion with all the movies that I watch. If you see all the people who go to Barnes & Nobles for the sales, everything but on streaming and all the special features, go watch Phoenix on that if you get the chance. But I'm curious to know your thoughts. There's a whole nother wave of it that's going to come with it. Netflix UK, I think that's the channel that they got. I've been telling you, it's only a matter of time before your favorite YouTube series also get a format within these streaming services as well. You think if somebody else is explaining or recapping movies, Netflix isn't going to want to do it themselves? They already have, and they've taken a bunch of other, kind of trending stuff, but I'm not too worried about that because that's the company, and nothing can ever beat, I guess, an organic voice, unless they try to shut you out with copyright and stuff. So I guess there is that. But if anything, one word of advice that I would give, Yahoo View used to be a thing. Then Disney bought it and they got rid of that. But Yahoo View used to be a way to watch free Hulu stuff just with ads. I believe CW Seed still has that, where you're allowed to see all the CW stuff but with ads, and they have a lot of stuff on there. But Canopy and Hoopla, I always talk about these. If you don't have a library card, your local library, go get it. This is online stuff where you can read, watch, listen to a bunch of stuff. Canopy and Hoopla. But other than that, I'm curious to know your thoughts down below in the comment section. It's just crazy to think that back in the day, what were they dealing with? The wars they were dealing with was the Cold War. We had people getting, drafted. Now, 20-somethings are worried about their mama or their ex changing their Netflix password in the midst of the streaming wars. But I'm curious to know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and we'll bring back Blockbuster.